Forget Paris, Milan, or New York. In rugby league, the runway has always been at Lang Park or Suncorp Stadium when it comes to trend setting in rugby league fashion. From the moment they entered the comp in 1988, the Brisbane Broncos weren't just here to play footy, they were here to look good doing it. And over the years, Brisbane hasn't just followed fashion in rugby league, they've led it. G'day legends, welcome to another instalment of the Old Skool Broncos Podcast. My name is Ash and I'm here to give you a different perspective on our beloved Brisbane Broncos. Today we're diving into the bold jerseys, the risks paid off, the ones that maybe didn't, and how the Broncos helped shape the way we see rugby league merchandise today. When Brisbane came into the comp back in 1988, they didn't follow the tried and true rugby league colour wheel of blue, black, white or red. They walked in wearing, maroon and yellow. And not just a little splash of yellow. Bright golden yellow with white stripes and a maroon base. It was loud, it was brash, and honestly, it fit the club perfectly. Even Wally Lewis had joked about the kit when it was unveiled, saying it was bright and they had better be able to play good wearing those things. But it made a statement. Brisbane weren't going to be another Sydney club blending into the pack. They wanted to stand out, and that's a theme that's followed the Broncos throughout every decade since. By 1994, the Broncos were already two-time premiers and a powerhouse club. And then they threw in one of the most daring moves in jersey history, the diamond jersey. A white jersey with gold and maroon diamonds across the body with maroon sleeves. It was flashy, unique, and it made people talk. It wasn't just another footy jumper, it was fashion. And here's the kicker, they used it as a night jersey. At the time, the concept of an alternate jersey or a special occasion strip was very rare. Most teams just had the home jersey, and maybe just on the very rare occasion they had an alternate, but they were very few and far between. Brisbane turned up under the lights of ANZ Stadium in this brand new kit, and it caught fire. Fans loved it, it sold in bucket loads. Suddenly, jerseys weren't just for players, they were for fans to wear them on Friday nights out. If the diamond jersey wasn't bold enough, the aqua jersey in '95 was outrageous, and yet genius. This was the pre-season World Sevens jersey, and the Broncos rolled out a jersey that looked more like an NBA top than an NRL strip. Aqua and purple, nothing like the Broncos colours at all. It was clearly influenced by the Charlotte Hornets, who were a huge deal in the early 90s. The Hornets colours were everywhere, hats, jackets, shoes, and the Broncos tapped into that basketball craze. And here's the crazy part. There was roughly only 1,000 of those jerseys ever made. So today, they're like gold dust. Collectors hunt them down, and if you find one, you're probably paying well into the hundreds for it. That shows you the Broncos weren't just playing footy, they were creating fashion moments. And on that note, Riley, if you're watching this, please give me my jersey back. You stole it when you moved back to Canada, and I'm still patiently waiting for the return of it. All right, moving on. Then came Super League in '97. Look, love it or hate it, it brought big money and global brands into the game, and Brisbane were at the centre of it. They partnered with Nike, not just a sports brand, the sports brand. Nike were more creative and pushed sublimated polyester jerseys. Sharper designs, bold lines, cotton jerseys were suddenly gone. The Broncos Super League strip looked very different to anything we had ever seen. Nothing traditional, sharp lines and arrows pointing to the centre chest with a logo set. A whole new aesthetic. It was miles away from the old-fashioned cotton jumpers of the ARL era. Some fans hated it at first, but looking back, it's one of the biggest shifts in jersey history. Nike taught the game that jerseys could be high performance as well as stylish. By the early 2000s, alternate jerseys were becoming standard, and Brisbane pushed the envelope again. Between '99 and 2003, they dropped alternatives as well as other aqua-themed jerseys. This was an era when merchandising was really kicking in. Kids didn't just want a Broncos jersey, they wanted every Broncos jersey. Home, away, alternate, training shirts, the club had tapped into the fashion side of rugby league. And here's the thing, they balanced fashion with function. These jerseys were designed to breathe better, fit the body tighter, and handle the sweat and collisions of professional footy. They look good, they also worked for purpose. That balance is why Brisbane always seemed ahead of the curve. Fast forward to the modern game, and every club has at least 4 jerseys a season. Heritage rounds, Indigenous rounds, Anzac rounds. Some look incredible, some maybe not so much. But Brisbane still know how to take it up a notch. Case in point, the Black Dog Institute jersey. It wasn't just a fashion move, it was a statement. A sleek black design, all sponsors in black. It was simple but striking and tied to a powerful cause, mental health awareness. Fans bought it not just because it looked sharp, but because it meant something. That's where the Broncos have stayed ahead. They understand that jerseys can be more than fabric. They can be identity, culture, and values stitched together. Now let's talk business. The Broncos didn't just innovate on the field, they changed how clubs think about jerseys off of it. In the early days, you had your one jersey, maybe 2, that was it. Brisbane realised each new design was an opportunity to sell thousands more shirts. By the mid-90s, the Broncos were leading sales across the league because fans wanted to collect the different looks. Sure, it helped that they were successful, but these options meant sales. And that's rolled on to today. Clubs release 4 or more jerseys a year, knowing fans will buy them up. Training kits, polos, hoodies, it's all part of the merchandising juggernaut. The Broncos were one of the first to prove that footy wasn't just about winning games, it was about winning the fashion game and selling it to fans. Of course, there's always a line to walk. Too much fashion and you risk looking like a circus act. Too much tradition and you look like you're stuck in the past. The Broncos have always managed that balance. Bold enough to try aqua, diamonds, sharp lines, but still rooted in maroon and gold that everyone associates with Brisbane. They know when to use their colours and when there's an opportunity for some flair. And that's an art. So next time you see the Broncos run out, don't just look at the scoreboard, look at the jersey. Chances are it's setting a trend that other teams will follow a few years down the track. From diamonds to aqua, from sharp edges to today's sleek black dog jerseys, the Broncos have always been a leader in rugby league fashion. And let's be honest, no matter the jersey, they always look better when you've got them lifting a trophy. But I want to know which one was your favourite Broncos jersey from over the years. Was it the original, the Premiership one of 92-93, the diamond, one of the aquas, or was it one of the special edition ones? Let me know in the comments. Even send a picture. And that's it for this time. This is the Old Skool Broncos podcast. Let's go, Broncos.